All right, we're going to transition into the audience participation portion of the podcast. We're going to do the quiz. Quizmaster Kevin, we've not seen the questions. We never see the questions.
Nope.
But there will be a multiple choice.
Even though Charlie begs. Sometimes.
Yes, I do.
He does. He
There's
tried.
multiple choice. So you'll have the opportunity, when he's done offering, you can holler out A, B, C, or D. I don't think we've ever had an E, have we?
No E's.
No E.
That would be too much.
It's only
That'd be
A
too
through
much.
D because I have a hard time even remembering all of those potential answers. So, Kevin, the floor is yours.
All right, so this month it is comfort food. We're heading into comfort food season. So these are questions, all food or beverage related. All right, so first question. For the first year that they had the product, Campbell's soup cans in the United States were orange and blue. A lot of people don't know that. They were originally orange and blue in color. That was 1897. They were orange and blue for 1 year. And then they became what we all know now, which is red and white, right? Did they choose red and white? Why is it red and white? Is it A, because red and white were the colors of the Paris Exposition, where Campbell's won their famous medal, which you see on the seal? They got that little seal in the middle. That was why. And the company wanted to commemorate that honor. That's A. B, because the pigments were cheaper and more stable in early printing, ensuring the cans could be reproduced consistently at stores and they could scale up production. Is it C, because the company's treasurer admired Cornell University red and white football uniforms after attending a game and thought the combination looked clean and striking?
That's a good answer.
Or was it D, because red and white mirrored the colors of Camden, New Jersey's city flag, paying homage to the company's hometown roots?
Ooh.
Those are all believable.
That's
what he does. This is what he makes things
That's what
up.
I aim for.
Really well done.
What was the first one again?
Okay,
Let's go.
first one was Paris Exposition.
Paris Exposition.
Second, pigments fading. 3 was Cornell University football team. Or D, was it the Camden, New Jersey? That's where their plant's at.
I'm going Paris Exposition.
Paris Exposition.
I'm going pigment.
Pigment.
I'm going C.
C.
Cornell.
I heard a lot of C. It is C. It's Cornell.
Oh, wow. All
It's
right.
Cornell University. Very.
Right.
And if you look at the uniform, looks like a Campbell soup can. I mean, it really does. Now that you'll never see it again the other way.
Right?
All right, question number
We
2.
didn't know. We
Okay,
didn't
question
know.
number 2. The crock pot,
Oh, yeah.
originally called the Naxon Beanery. That's really good name.
Really?
They never went anywhere
Come on.
with
Great
that.
branding.
Great
Axon
branding.
Beanery.
Naxon Beanery was invented in the 1940s. Is inspired by what cultural cooking practice? Was it A, Eastern European Jewish Sabbath stews that were left to cook slowly overnight so that they'd be ready on Saturday because that wouldn't violate Sabbath? Was it 2, New England bean hole suppers, where pots of beans were buried in hot coals to cook slowly for community dinners throughout the day? Was it 3, Southern church stews, where families left pots of vegetables and meat to simmer at low heat while attending Sunday service? Or was it D, Italian immigrant tomato gravies, which were kept on the stove all day on Saturday to develop the deep flavor for Sunday dinner?
Ooh. All right, A again is what?
A, Jewish Sabbath laws.
Jewish Sabbath.
2, New England bean hole suppers.
B.
3,
Sorry. B is a beanhole supper.
B is bean hole. C, Southern church day stews. And D is Italian immigrant tomato gravy.
All right, A. How many for A? Got a few for A.
Okay.
All right, B.
I'm going Nathan.
Big ones
Yeah.
New England. The B's,
Okay.
okay. C.
C, so a Southern church.
A few of those. And anybody for D?
Italian
It's
tomato.
gotta be for here.
The gravy.
Yeah, right, for here, right? What did you guys have?
I'm going to go back with A. I'm going with the Sabbath.
You're going with Sabbath?
I was going to go B, but everybody went B, and I
You don't have to be a
I think I'm
contrarian.
going to go D. I'm going to go contrarian.
I'm going B because people looked really confident when they were saying B.
I know
did.
Maybe
were.
they don't really know, but they
They
looked
did.
really
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
It's A.
Oh!
Sabbath. It was invented so that they didn't have to violate Sabbath laws. Yeah, that's where it really originally was from. All right. 3. Charlie, you may have a little, I think you may have an up on this one. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
But 3, throughout parts of the Midwest, some people have a comforting but unusual food pairing. Hearty chili served with the side of a cinnamon roll.
As God intended.
Where did that combination
No kale.
come from?
No kale.
No kale. Yeah, where did that combination come from? Where did chili with the side of cinnamon roll come from? Was it A, mid-20th century Nebraska and Kansas school cafeterias where cooks in the 1940s and 50s began pairing them together because of new USDA meal pattern requirements? Okay. Was it B, Depression-era church basements across Iowa where community chili feeds were common fundraisers, and volunteers often added a sweet baked good to round out the sparse meals during lean times? Was it C, early 20th century railroad dining cars, where cooks sought to balance savory and sweet flavors for long-distance travelers? Or was it D, Scandinavian farming communities in Minnesota and the Dakotas, where sweet rolls and spiced stews were commonly contained cinnamon and cardamom and flavors like that for traditional cold weather? So A was Nebraska, Kansas cafeteria and USDA.
Okay.
Was it B, Depression-era church basement suppers? Was it C, early 20th century railroad dining cars? Or D, Scandinavian farming communities?
All right, how many for A? Anybody for A? We got a fair number of A's.
A,
All right,
okay.
A. And B's?
Got a
Smattering
few?
of B's.
Got it.
Smattering of
There's a-
B's. C?
No one's
Oh,
buying
wow,
C.
just
One
one
person
was
buys
C.
C.
And D.
Dining car, they're not.
I'm going D.
D,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I'm going D.
There's
All right.
there's
D, okay. What
I'm
about
going
you?
D. I'm going D.
D.
I went B with like 2 other people.
All right.
Find me afterwards. I want to
It's
meet
gonna be
you.
A, isn't it?
It's A.
Ah!
Do it.
It was USDA.
Really? Wait, I was trying to figure out the food groups that they were meeting with
here's
this.
mid-20th century Nebraska and Kansas school cafeterias where cooks in the 40s and 50s began pairing them together to meet new USDA meal pattern requirements for a protein, grain, and dessert. Both items were inexpensive ways to batch cook and could be held warm throughout multiple.
There's no vegetable in there.
Well, the chili had tomatoes.
Okay.
All right.
And you can still get chili and cinnamon roll at Runs a
Yes,
Restaurant in
you can.
Nebraska. So
Yeah.
there we go.
There's one not by me. Okay. 4. The comforting hot toddy,
Oh,
a
Oh,
mix of spirits, right? Hot water, honey, or lemon, is a cold weather classic. Where does the word toddy come from? Where does that come from? Is it A, from the Dutch colonial term toddy, used by traders in the East Indies for a punch made from arak, which is a type of rum, sugar, and spices, and the word and the habit of mixing those spirits together, turned into toddy? Was it B, was it from the Gaelic word todar, meaning a warming drought or restorative? In the 18th century Scottish and Ireland, the term referred to any spirit mixed with hot water. Was it C, from the early Scottish tavern keeper named Robert Todd, known in Edinburgh for serving whiskey diluted with boiling water in a lemon peel to make harsh spirits more palatable? And his surname, Todd, was used to make toddy. Or was it D, from the Hindi word tari, meaning a drink made from fermented palm sap? British colonials in India adopted the term in the 1600s for the local palm wine, and then later applied it to warm mixed drinks. So, A. Colonial term, Dutch term, East Indies for a punch. B. Gaelic word for restorative. 3. From this Scottish guy named Robert Todd. Or is it D. Hindi word for a fermented palm drink?
All right, how many for A? Anybody? A, we got a couple of A's.
Just a few.
B.
B.
Oh, B's a big, big okay.
Yeah, big.
C.
C. Okay.
Oh, C.
Quite a
D
few.
is in David.
D. No.
D's.
no one's buying your Hindi.
I'm gonna go
thing.
C.
I'm going B.
I was hoping for something to tie to the University of Mississippi, but I'm going to go C.
D. It's a
D.
Hindi
What?
word.
What?
Yes, it's a Hindi word.
Wouldn't have guessed
The
that.
British brought it over. It was a Hindi word. You can still buy something called tari, which is a fermented palm drink. You can buy it at some liquor
Wait,
stores.
how does fermented palm translate at all?
Well, they
into-
originally used that to make a hot toddy, and then when they came back home, they're like, we don't have that anymore, so we're going to use what we have.
You are smarter listening to this podcast.
You do
Yes.
get smarter listening to this podcast.
All right,
last question.
last one.
Here we go.
Why, not where, why was the loaded baked potato invented?
Why? It was a
Yeah,
little big
why?
potato.
Why do you have to ask?
Yeah, I know. Why not? Right. That's
Right.
a better question.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Was it A, to make a more affordable and less expensive sandwich for mining camps. Cooks originally hollowed out baking potatoes and filled them with bits of meat and cheese, making a cheap portable substitute for bread-based meals that the workers could easily take with them into the mines. Was it B, as a state fair marketing tool to promote Idaho's potato industry? Agricultural boards began demonstrating fully dressed baked potatoes at fairs in the 1940s, showcasing the spuds along with everything else. Was it C, to feed Northern Pacific Railroad workers cheaply and efficiently in 1908, oversized Idahoan potatoes that couldn't be sold to grocers were baked for crews along the rail line, and then butter, cheese, or other leftovers were offered as a DIY condiment? Or is it D, as a Depression-era campaign by Idaho potato growers to help farmers stretch leftovers? With meat and dairy expensive, agricultural boards promoted the baked potato as a versatile base meal, and then housewives could add whatever they had onto the top. And that's where it came from.
Yowza.
Wow.
All right,
Okay,
so
summary again
let's go
here.
back
Summary.
again.
We need a summary.
A sandwich for miners that
Yeah,
they would
miner
hollow
sandwich,
out and
right.
take.
Miner sandwich.
Was it B, state fair marketing, buy these potatoes? Was it C, Northern Pacific Railroad workers, it was a cheap, and they would have a buffet of toppings? Or was it D, a Depression-era campaign for housewives to add, bits and bobs, as they would say, on top of the potato?
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Last time around. How many for A? Oh,
Quite a few.
Quite a few
I
for
want
A.
the miners.
sandwiches are gonna
Okay.
go. Okay. B.
B.
B is getting
B.
popular. All right.
Okay.
C.
State fair. C, Northern
Oh,
Pacific.
not so many. Not so many on
many.
that. And D.
Depression era.
Depression era.
Okay, what do you guys have?
I'm gonna go with the miner sandwich.
Okay, A.
Oh, wow. I'm going with fair food.
Fair food.
Yeah, fair food.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking of what I want to load of baked potatoes. But I'll go with
Bacon,
the,
you want bacon. Remember our friend?
right,
Our
exactly.
friend? Yeah.
I'm going to go with the miners. I like
Okay,
that one.
that's what you have. You were all pretty much wrong. It
C?
is the Northern Pacific Railroad.
Yeah. I wondered about that because
Oh.
that meant cross country.
Actually, if you look, and I originally had this, I didn't know if we were going to have like slides. There's actually pictures of Northern Pacific, and they talked about their giant potatoes. They would have it on their rail, and they would feed the workers as well, and they had a little buffet, and that's where it came from.